headed to live action, with a new live action CG animated hybrid movie in the works. Being compared to the Sonic the Hedgehog movies by various industry reports, the upcoming Rugrats feature is set to star the CG animated babies in a live action world. How this is going to work hasn't been confirmed just yet. Considering the Rugrats are supposed to be actual human babies, it's going to be totally weird having them interacting with live action humans. It just doesn't seem to work on the same level as Sonic, Yogi Bear, Alvin and the Chipmunks, or Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers, whose CG characters are anthropomorphic creatures. The only way I see this working is if the movie positions them as cartoon characters who enter the real world in the style of Roger Rabbit or that old Simpsons Treehouse of Horror episode. I'm also curious how they're going to handle the CG effects of the characters. Will it be similar to the CG Revival series, or something a little more realistic? There's no confirmation on which cast members or even characters are set to return for the film, if any, though it will be directed by Pitch Perfect's Jason Moore and written by SNL star Mikey Day and SNL writer Streeter Seidel. Series creator
Warner Animation Group and Dr. Seuss have partnered for 2 movies. The first will be titled Thing 1 and Thing 2. The film will be based on the 2 mischievous sidekicks from Cat in the Hat, and is supposed to be released sometime during 2026. All the Places You'll Go is the other film that Warner and Dr. Seuss are working on together. The only thing that we currently know about the film is that J.J. Abrams, most well known for directing Star Wars The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi, will be directing, but it won't be coming out until 2027. Warner Animation Group are working on a movie based on Funko Pop vinyls. A release date hasn't been given, and it's likely that the project has been cancelled, as we haven't heard anything since its announcement during early 2019. We do however know that if the film does get made, we'll be following Darth Vader, Deadpool, Harley Quinn, Care Bears and My Little Pony Funko Pops. As a huge Funko collector, I'm intrigued with the idea of a Funko movie, especially after how well Warner Animation Group pulled off a movie based on Lego. On May 23, 2018, Warner Animation Group acquired the rights to make an animated film based on the Ice Dragon book. Once again, it's a project that we currently know pretty much nothing about, except that George Martin, the author of Ronan Boyle and Bridge of Riddles, will be a mythical fantasy based on the New York Times' bestseller Irish book. The film will be set in a magical world of law-breaking leprechauns and deadly monsters, and Fergal Riley will be directing the feature. He's previously directed the Angry Birds movie and has worked on multiple high-caliber animated films, including Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs and The Iron Giant. Sputnik's Guide to Life on Earth is likely to never see the light of day, as it was announced way back in 2018, but we haven't heard a thing about the film since. All we know is that Leo Matsudo, who directed Inner Workings, one of the best short films of all time in my opinion.
The Play-Doh Movie. Yeah, we're not joking. The Lego Movie really opened Pandora's box. Yes, this animated feature was first reported to be in the works by Deadline. The team behind the project said, "Our team looks forward to bringing the audience a moldable, pliable and iconically scented story about the importance of imagination." Beyond a desire to sell toys and leaning on a recognisable IP, it's hard to imagine exactly what a Play-Doh movie would even focus on. I mean, if they choose to emulate the stop-motion-esque style of the Lego Movie, but with claymation, at least the animation could look pretty good. So what I'm saying is there's only 2 ways this can go. Either the Lego Movie, or the Emoji Movie.
Medusa was announced in June of 2014. Set in ancient Greek mythology, where a young lady named Medusa gets cursed by a jealous goddess, where her hair is turned to snakes. So she embarks on a journey to reverse the curse. The pitch was proposed by Genndy Tartakovsky to be a twist and spin of the Medusa mythology, such as the Wicked Witch with Wicked, and to be animated in a most cartoony style. The movie would have been the directing debut of Lauren Faust, well known amongst her TV work such as Powerpuff Girls, Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends, and reimagining the LMP franchise of the 2010s. In September of that year, on the Sony Pictures Animation YouTube channel, they uploaded a video of Lauren Faust discussing about her career in the business, ending with her talking about her time working on Medusa. And then in July 2015 they uploaded another video centering around Medusa, that being a semi-interview but mostly sketch comedy of production manager of the film, Kevin Newell. Although with Medusa being in very early stages of pre-production at the time, both videos don't really reveal anything of the film. By November of 2015, Lauren Fowles had parted ways with Sony due to creative differences, where Lauren wanted to keep the film as a wacky comedy. As for Sony, they wanted to turn the movie reminiscent as a Disney film.
The Lego Movie franchise began with, it's somewhat surprising that we haven't had a new movie in this universe for close to 5 years. Here's where it gets interesting though. Warner Brothers, the studio behind the 4 Lego movies to date, actually lost the rights to the franchise in 2019, which meant Universal Pictures could swoop in and buy them, meaning any future Lego movies would be produced by the studio that boasts both DreamWorks and Illumination. And it seems that a brand new Lego movie is actually in development, with Universal releasing a statement that said, "We're thrilled to start building our next chapter of Lego movies together with the Lego team as they continue to inspire curiosity and innovation." This statement seems to tease that they'll be returning to the world created by Warner Brothers, with the likes of Emmett, Wildstar and Lord Business inhabiting it. However, some outlets have already claimed this won't be the case, as many of the characters such as Batman won't be able to return due to the franchise being owned by Warner Brothers. A further curveball came with reports that the movie is said to dive deeper into live action elements, which could mean the next Lego movie might end up looking something like Chip 'n Dale Rescue Rangers, but with Universal properties like Jurassic Park, Back to the Future and E.T. There is no doubt that Universal will want to get this project out soon though, as there is another popular toy-based franchise that's looking to take their crown at the multiplex.
The last announced R-rated Sony animated film is titled Bubble, which will star Seth Rogen. We know very little about the project, except that it's based off the sci-fi comedy Bubble podcast series. Crash Bandicoot is one of Nintendo's most popular characters. As we are due to get a Super Mario movie by Illumination next year, it was only a matter of time before Hollywood made a Crash Bandicoot feature. Details are sparse on what the film will be about, and if the rumours are even true, but if the rumours are to be believed, expect it to follow the game's basic plot of Crash attempting to stop evil Dr. Neo Cortex from taking over the world. It's very likely that the rumours of a Crash Bandicoot movie could be fake, but multiple sources have reported on the project, so I thought it deserved a mention in this video.
It looks like Legendary is officially moving ahead with Detective Pikachu 2. In this breaking news announcement, Deadline has reported that Portlandia co-creator Jonathan Crystal is in negotiations to direct the sequel. It's said that Chris Gallida will write the script for the follow-up to Legendary's global box office hit.
Sony announced a while back that they'd be creating a fully animated Ghostbusters movie. It was reported back in 2019 that production will begin after the release of Ghostbusters Afterlife, which is set to be released this November. Unlike the live-action Ghostbusters film, this time the story will be told from the perspective of a ghost, which will help set it apart from the live-action Ghostbusters iterations as they were told from the perspectives of humans.
Let the news slip via LinkedIn. This is a guy who's worked in animation before, and his profile reveals some of his most recent projects. From December 2023 to present day, he's listed as a screenwriter for a Jimmy Neutron Boy Genius sequel. Ooh! This is the first we've heard of the movie's existence, and it wasn't supposed to be revealed. After fans discovered it and the news started to spread, he changed it to remove any mention of Jimmy Neutron. Still, the internet doesn't forget. If this is accurate, then we're getting a revival to the original Jimmy Neutron movie. I mean, it would make sense. Creatives on the original show have explicitly stated they would return to this world if given the chance. Plus, Nickelodeon's always about nostalgia, with projects like Hey Arnold the Jungle Movie, Invader Zim Enter the Florpus, Rugrats, Dora, the list goes on. Jimmy Neutron's modern comeback could be insanely cool, especially with how far technology has advanced since the show. Just imagine what this kid could make now. I'm kinda scared to think about that.
Generation that'll grow up with him. Curious George, some of you might be familiar with the children's book, if not the animated movie or series, telling the story about, well, George being a curious little monkey who gets himself into a lot of trouble along with his owner. And one of the interesting parts about this is that this movie has been trying to get made since the year 2016 when it was first announced that they wanted to make a live-action Curious George movie. 4 years later in development and trying to get this story down, it seems like they just could not come up with a good idea that kept delaying the project, to most recently where we have an update on who's going to be rewriting the script to hopefully bring it to the big screen. Geeks Worldwide is reporting that Jim Taylor, who most recently wrote Downsizing, is going to rewrite this live-action Curious George movie, and that right there just made me lose all hope for this project. One, I can't act like I was even the biggest Curious George fan to begin with, okay? I'm just familiar with the character, I've seen the books, I've probably seen a few episodes here and there of the cartoon show. But just like with the live-action Clifford movie that's coming very soon, it's a property I'm aware of, and it's something I would have liked to have seen on the big screen, just a monkey having fun. Unfortunately, the adding of Jim Taylor, no offense to the guy, but Downsizing was one of the biggest disappointments I ever had in the theater. You might have remembered the premise or the trailers for this movie about a world where you can be downsized, meaning you can turn tiny and you could live in a society of people who are small as a thumbtack. I thought that was a brilliant idea for a movie. It had Matt Damon. I was like, I'm gonna check this thing out because it could be something very memorable. And when you watch the movie, it is just a clustered mess, goes in a very weird direction, adds a lot of political commentary that is unnecessary. It was just poorly received by a lot of people all around, and him being attached to Curious George just does not get my excitement afloat. But then again, we've had it happen before where people write a bad movie and then they make a good one, and vice versa, so I'm gonna throw it off to you guys. Are you
Stray initially came into the limelight during the 2020 PS5 unveiling event, quickly igniting a frenzy on the internet, primarily due to its feline protagonist and the game's visually appealing aesthetics. And with such a profound experience centered on a cat within a robot-dominated city, it's no wonder that it's finding its way to the silver screen as what we only hope to be an awesome movie adaptation. Exclusive scoop on the upcoming movie was revealed this week after it was confirmed that Annapurna Animation, the animated movie branch of Annapurna, is behind the project. And this is just a glimpse of the numerous forthcoming films from the studio, following the triumph of their inaugural feature, Nimona, which premiered on Netflix. Annapurna Animation boss Robert Baird recently spoke about the feline adaptation, saying, "This is a game that's all about what makes us human, and there are no humans in it. It's a buddy comedy about a cat and a robot, and there's such a hilarious dynamic. So, there's comedy inherent in this, but there's not one human being in this movie." I think it's one of the reasons why the game was incredibly popular, that you are seeing the world through the point of view of an adorable cat. How did they pull that off, and how are we going to pull that off in the movie? Baird went on to say that even though it at times feels impossible to recreate that point of view in a film, they have to, as it's the essence of the game and a key to its popularity. Although the gang
is that a Mega Man movie is in the works. Originally, this project was canceled by Disney after they bought Fox Studios, but now another studio has picked it up and they're going for a live-action remake of the character of Mega Man. Right now, the co-writer of The Batman, who we've been hearing nothing but amazing things from that script, is going to be writing the script for the live-action Mega Man movie. Now, who knows if this thing actually gets off the ground and happens? And I just say that because
a recent report came out from The Wrap in which they said that K-pop Demon Hunters 2 and 3 are already being discussed at Netflix, which I completely understand. K-pop Demon Hunters is animated, which means it's not really possible to get a sequel until at least 2028, as they take so long to animate these things. Not only did Netflix want animated sequels to this franchise, they are also looking at potentially doing a live-action adaptation. But yeah, I would definitely be interested in more K-pop Demon Hunters films, but let me know if you'd a report currently going around that a third Puss in Boots movie is in the works at DreamWorks Animation. This report comes from Daniel RPK on X, who confirms that Puss in Boots will have a third standalone movie. Now, the reason that I believe that there could be truth to this rumor is because there were reports not long ago claiming that Puss in Boots is not going to appear in Shrek 5. Now things are really starting to add up because it seems that DreamWorks want to do a whole Shrek shared universe. We already know that Eddie Murphy has confirmed that a standalone Donkey movie is in the works at DreamWorks, combining that information with these reports of a third Puss in Boots movie.
Rabbids, that was going to be animated over at Sony Pictures Animation with an expected release date of late 2016. But for unknown reasons, this never got made and the rights moved to Lionsgate. By 2022, 80 seconds of test footage was released online, which kind of has a Minions vibe to it. Though this was the last we heard about that project.
First of the Machines 2 has been confirmed by Netflix and Lord Miller is coming back to direct the sequel. There was a lot of rumours about the sequel being in development early this year. I remember seeing a LinkedIn profile from the creators of the Mitchells vs. the Machines saying that they are working on a sequel, and now it does seem to be happening. In terms of story direction, I imagine it will take place at Katie's school for the most part, because if you remember, Katie went to film school at the surrounding the Addams Family brand. Thanks to Netflix's Wednesday series, Amazon and MGM Studios have announced a new animated movie. The creators behind Wednesday said that they will be working on this brand new Addams Family animated movie, but it will not be connected to anything else. This not only confirms that the movie will have no connection to the Wednesday series, but it also won't be connected to the previous two animated Addams Family movies. Many people, including myself, probably forgot that Amazon made some Addams Family movies not that long ago, but they did, and they were pretty forgettable. If I were a studio exec, I would probably petition to have this brand new animated movie connected to the Wednesday series because of the popularity of that series, but I don't know. It's always good to see old franchises be brought back, and who knows, this Addams Family animated movie could end up being good. We will have to see. Confirmed that he's working on a Garfield 2, which he announced on Instagram. There really isn't much more known about the Garfield sequel as of now. There's no release date as of yet, and the director is currently unknown. We just know that it's happening. Now, the whole reason that a Garfield sequel is being made is because the Garfield film from last year made about $260 million on a $60 million budget, so it makes sense why they are doing another one. I get it. A problem with doing a Garfield sequel is there really isn't too much source material to draw from, so you're gonna have to come up with something original. I'm sort of intrigued by doing a Garfield sequel because I like Chris Pratt and the animation in the previous one was okay, even if I didn't like the story all that much, but I don't know where you're gonna go from here. If you have any ideas, Watson Brothers Animation have officially confirmed that a Tom and Jerry, Looney Tunes and Flintstones movie are all in the works. This is absolutely Zootopia 3 could be in the works at Walt Disney Animation Studios. None of the industry trades like Deadline or Variety have picked up this report, so there is a chance that Zootopia 3 is in the works, but I don't know if it's entirely true yet. If we are to say that this rumour is true though, and that Zootopia 3 is in the works, I think this is.
Jeff announced on his website that Bone's film rights have been purchased by Warner Brothers, a company that, up until the Lego Movie, has a bad reputation when it comes to promoting their animated movies. Jeff was really happy with how Bone was being treated and noted that the film may be made into a trilogy. However, the film still had no release date.
Being said, back in October they put out a tweet saying that Nintendo and Illumination are building a big Nintendo cinematic universe, eventually leading into a Super Smash Bros. Movie. They also claim that the Mario Odyssey movie is coming after Galaxy alongside a Donkey Kong movie, a Luigi's Mansion movie, and even a Yoshi movie.
Inside Out 3. Yes, Riley will be back with more new emotions. The official reports and multiple Hollywood insiders are confirming that Pixar is already working upon the third movie, where this time you'll be getting a total of 15 to 20 emotions. By the end of the sequel, we see how anxiety takes over Riley, but somehow joy takes hold and brings everything back to normal. Initially, we were supposed to see more than 20 new emotions in the first film itself, but the company has taken a decision to add 5 to 7 new characters in each part. So right now, Riley will grow and she might be feeling like love, desire, greed, jealousy, and much more. I don't know what's gonna be the base plotline, but overall we can expect Riley to be in the age of 22 or 24, and hopefully to find a love interest, job, family, and things like that. It's a bit too early to predict anything without any solid reports or hints, but yes, a third film will break more records on box office without a single doubt. Talking about the release date, then Pixar is busy until 2029 with movies like Toy Story 5, Gato, Incredibles 3, and Coco 2. Also, it's gonna be way too early to bring Inside Out 3 before 2030 or Ratatouille 2. While a sequel is yet to be announced, we are getting a report for it for like past 2-3 years. And if something is being rumored again and again, then there must be some pinch of truth. Hollywood insiders like Daniel RPK has confirmed so many times that Disney and Pixar are still developing a sequel for Ratatouille, and it's under works for a while now. No TV series. I'm using the clips of Win or Lose, but no, we are not getting any sequel season, but instead, Pixar is developing a new long-form TV series just like Win or Lose. Overall, it was a kind of success, especially if we see how it was more like an experimentation, so why not give another shot to a new TV series, right? Possible. Finding Marlin and Ducks. I'm not sure about these two projects on a very honest note. I mean, news are coming that Pixar is working on a movie or a TV series related to a Finding Nemo saga. 3 is officially happening and you are about to watch more musical really.
Disney have come out today officially confirming that they are planning to do a Lilo & Stitch sequel. Now, if I don't sound very enthusiastic throughout this video, it's because I really did not like the live action Lilo & Stitch, to be honest with you. That being said, I know that the film has its fan base who will of course be looking forward to a sequel, so I'm happy for them. I don't blame Disney for doing a sequel. I get it business wise because the film made about $1 billion on a $100 million budget, but again, I just thought the film was really bad. I'm definitely curious to how Disney will approach doing a Lilo & Stitch 2, as they did do an animated sequel, but that one went straight to VOD. The animated sequel that Disney made was titled Lilo & Stitch Stitch Has a Glitch, and it was okay. It was definitely one of Disney's better straight-to-home video sequels, but it was nothing special. My best guess is that the live-action Lilo & Stitch sequel will focus on Angel because she is a big money seller for Disney in terms of merchandising.
Sony Pictures just bought the rights to make a Labubu film. Transylvania in September 2024, Genndy Tartakovsky said Sony might consider a fifth movie if there's enough audience demand. The last film, Transylvania, did great on Amazon, so it's possible, but for now it's not confirmed. Here's one that
Zootopia 3 has already begun. Jared Bush officially revealed that he has already done the first sketch for Zootopia 3. And during the discussion with franchise fans on the Chinese social network Weibo, the directors also emphasized that the premiere of the third part will not be postponed for 9 years like the second film. Cummings officially confirms that a new Winnie the Pooh film is in the works at Disney. He confirmed the news in the Instagram post with the caption saying, "Disney is developing a new Winnie the Pooh movie, diving deeper into the 100-Acre Wood legacy. Fans can expect classic charm and fresh storytelling as the beloved bear returns to screens in a full-length feature." Well, I'm really excited for this movie. The last full-length animated Winnie the Pooh film came out in 2011, so it's been over a decade. Although we did get the live-action Christopher Robin in 2017, which was great, it's
Birds. It's a new and a cute project which is about talking plants. No official plotlines are out yet, but the movie will premiere on March 12, 2027.
It looks like Jim Carrey is in talks to star in a live-action Jetsons movie, and I said to myself, what year is it? Because that's a headline you could have said 10 years ago, and you'd be like, oh yeah, buddy. 20 years ago, oh yeah, buddy. 30 years ago, in the 90s, and still go, oh yeah, buddy. That's how generational the idea of Jim Carrey in a live-action Jetsons movie is. But this news was exciting for a
I'm reading an article from comicbook.com, and they claim that Legendary Entertainment is allegedly working on another live-action movie. And this is going to be based on the games Pokemon Red and Pokemon Blue, the classic original game for the Game Boy, the one that came out in the 90s. So the idea for this shared universe is that each movie is going to have some sort of different taste and flavor, with Detective Pikachu being more of a comedy, this being kind of whimsical, and the supposed Mewtwo live-action movie being very, very dark. And I'm very intrigued with this Red and Blue movie, because the original game was very light on story. So let's talk about what
Plants vs. Zombies began development in 2015 at Warner Brothers. The stealth action adventure Sly Cooper released its first game in 2002. Then a decade later, it was revealed a movie based off the series was in development.